Hey there, and welcome to the Art of Online Marketing live show. My name is Denise Allison, the CEO and founder of Strategra Social Media Marketing, and I help coaches, thought leaders, and other experts grow with social media and live video. So welcome to the show. Today we're doing something a little bit different. So instead of walking you through one concept in depth, I am actually going to be taking some questions and answering them. So the reason I'm doing this is because there's a lot of questions that don't necessarily make sense to do an entire show on. And of course, I can get your questions and know what you want to know. So I've already compiled a list of questions I've gotten, but feel free to ask in the comments if you have any questions or if there is something you want a little bit more detail on. So before we get started, this episode is brought to you by the Live Video Formula. And this is my very own program, and it starts on November 14th. And it's an in-depth virtual program for a small group that goes through every detail that you need to know before creating your very own live video show. So we walk you through the structure, repurposing, monetization, any equipment and software you might need, and everything you need to know to either get started with live video or take what you've been doing on live video and really catapult it into a consistent, powerful presence on live video. All right, so let's get started and get right into our Q&A. So this first question seems to be a very popular question. I got it from a few people, and the question is, I always see people wait to let their audience grow in a live video, and is that necessary? And the answer is absolutely not. So what you need to know about live video, which I'm sure you know, but sometimes it doesn't quite click, is that you need to be creating it for two different audiences. So you have the audience that's going to watch you live, and you also have the audience who is going to watch the replay. Now, the ones who join in live, they're going to be joining at random times throughout the episode. So they might join in at 10 seconds, they might join in at 5 minutes, or they might join in at 12 minutes. So it's really important to know that that is going on, but also to know that the people who watch the replay watch it from the beginning. So what often happens when people are waiting for more people to join is they're alienating the people who are watching the replay. So if I had sat here and just said, okay, we're gonna wait a few minutes for people to join, and then just wait around, then you really lose out on the audience who's going to be watching the replay. But on the other hand, you don't want to get straight into your most important content right off the bat, because those who are joining live are going to miss out on that. So you want to spend a little bit of time introducing what you're going to talk about before you get right into the meat of what you're going to say. So I've told this story a few times, but I'm going to tell it again because I think it's hilarious. For me, not the person that it happened to, but basically last year when I was creating the live video formula, I was watching a ton of live videos from other people, really just to get a sense of what people need to know. What are people doing that they shouldn't be doing, and what are people doing that they should be doing? And I stumbled upon this live video, and it was the replay of the video. So it had already happened, and this was maybe a day later. So I press play, and the woman comes on, and she says, "Hi, everyone, and welcome to my show. We're getting started a few minutes early, so just going to wait a little bit for everyone to show up." And she had like the headset with the mic here. And so she said, "We're just going to wait for everyone to show up." And she sits back, picks up her bowl of Kraft Dinner, or macaroni and cheese for my US friends, picks up her bowl of Kraft Dinner, starts eating it, and just is staring at the camera, eating her Kraft Dinner into her headset mic. And so everyone who watched the replay got to watch that, and they're probably like me and being like, what the heck is happening? So No, don't wait for your audience to show up. You do want to ease into it, but you don't want to just sit around twiddling your thumbs for the first 5 minutes, because then you'll lose everyone who's watching the replay and anyone who's already there with you. And that brings me to this next question. I don't know why I clapped. That brings me to the next question, and that's, how do I structure my show? So that is something that we cover in full detail in the live video formula. But the structure, I mean, you're going to do an introduction. You're going to ask for engagement. So I might say, like this video if you enjoy the content that I'm sharing, or leave me a comment to let me know where you're watching from. So you do want to build that in. You basically want to set it up like anything else. You have an introduction, you tell your audience what you're going to talk about, you have your main points, and you have a recap. And throughout there, you're layering in opportunity for engagement, and you're making sure that you are setting it up for, again, both those audiences, the live attendees and the replay attendees. So I'm not going to give you like the full overview, because we spend an hour talking about it inside the live video formula. But what you do need to know is you need that bit of a cushion when you're getting started. Okay, those are more comments, so thank you for your comments. All right, so let's go back to the questions. All right, so next question is, I've seen you and some others schedule live videos. How do you do that? So right inside of Facebook, you can actually schedule your live video. So you go and you go into a post like you'd be creating live video, but instead of clicking go live or publish, you click schedule video. So that part itself is pretty straightforward if you're at all familiar with Facebook Live in itself. But the thing that you need to know is this: you can schedule your video right inside of Facebook. And what that does is kind of tells everyone you're going to be going live. But the other, like, more beneficial part is you're actually going to go live right in that post that it's already sharing. So you're going to show up live in the square that it creates for you, which is pretty cool, because you get to share the link beforehand and get people to say they're interested, and all those kinds of things that are really helping you get more of an audience. But you can't actually capitalize on that straight through Facebook. So if you schedule it in Facebook, you can't just go to Facebook and show up live inside of that place. You actually need to use a third-party software to be able to make that happen, which is kind of dumb. You know, why can you schedule it and not actually take advantage of it? That is another mystery of Facebook, but that's what happens. So if you don't have a software like BeLive or OBS or Telestream, whatever they're called, Wirecast, or what have you, you're not actually going to be able to go live in that box. So it kind of takes away all of the benefit of doing it. But you can do it, and it works pretty well if you make it happen. Next one is, what's a premiere on Facebook? So a premiere isn't actually a live video. So it was released few months ago. I first saw it. So basically you are uploading a video, a pre-recorded video, and instead of publishing it in the moment, it actually is released at the specific time and date that that you put for it. So it's not a live video, but it kind of has that same sudden launching of things. So interesting concept. I haven't really seen much benefit from it yet, but let me know if you have it and if you're using it and how you're using it. Next question is it possible to use a Facebook Live episode as the video in an ad? And yes, it is possible. And there are two ways that you can do that. So of course you can do your live video and you can just boost the post, which I like to call the lazy woman's way to create Facebook ads. But you can also create like a full-blown ad in the ads manager with a video that you've already created. So what you would do, I'm not going to go through all of the steps of creating a video. I'm going to assume you know, or an ad. I'm going to assume you know how to do that. So you create your campaign. and it'd probably be for video views. You create your campaign, you set up your audience, your budget, and your placements, and then in the like ad part, like with the ad creative, what you're going to do instead of just creating that all from scratch, there is an option to choose an existing post as the post that shows up. So you would do that. You would choose the post that you want. And set that all up. So keep in mind that whatever's in the original post is going to be the ad. So if you have text in the original post that you want to change, you're actually going to have to go back to the original post and change that up if you wanted to say something different in the ad. So yes, you can do that. It's pretty cool, and just be aware that that's how that's going to go. Okay, next question. How do you switch your live video on and off neatly? So I think this means, like, you know, when you're like and just waiting for it to start and you look kind of silly. I hate that too. And so you may have noticed that in most of my lives, they start off with a graphic, and the graphic says the Art of Online Marketing Live Show, Tuesdays at 10 a.m. There's like a picture of me. And the only reason that that is there really is to remove this. Like, am I live yet? It's really just to get rid of that, because generally I will go live from OBS and there is some lag time. So I'll actually be live and I won't know it yet. That's why that graphic is there, so that when I see in real time the graphics show up, then I know that yes, I'm live and I can change to camera and start talking. So that's what I do to reduce that. Are there other ways? I'm sure there is, but that's the way that I do that. Next question, can we reuse our live video in other places? Again, this is something that I cover in detail in the live video formula, but yes, you absolutely can. So what happens when you go live on Facebook or Instagram or wherever is that the video lives there, and then people can only access it by going to that platform. So what you'll want to do is actually download that video, and you can do that if you're the creator of the video. You can't download just any random video off the internet, I found out. But you can download it if you're the creator, and then you have the video file, and then you just put it wherever you want. Next question is, why did you start going live? All right, so let's go into my whole backstory. So I started going live because Facebook Live was just being rolled out, and to me it seemed like a really great opportunity to really connect with my audience beyond writing a blog, beyond creating social media posts, and just to share content in a particular way. So just to rewind a little bit more, is when I first started my social media business, I hated video. I did a few and they were awful, and the whole time I was like just, I don't even know. I felt super uncomfortable. I thought I was supposed to be acting a certain way, and it just came off like I just looked dumb, and not in like a, oh, I hate seeing my face kind of dumb, which is a thing, but in a way that I had no confidence in what I was saying. What I was saying was really choppy, as if I had memorized it, which I did, and it just was awful. So I was like, oh, no video for me. But then, like I don't know, a year later or whenever, Facebook Live came out, and there was all kinds of buzz around video because Periscope had been doing it for a while, and these other Meerkat things that don't exist anymore had been doing them. And I just thought, okay, I just need to do this. I know I need to do this, and I just like sucked it up and did it. So it wasn't like a sudden me plunging into live video. I really did ease my way into it with the first video was just to test it out to see what was going to happen and how it worked. And that video was deleted very quickly. And then slowly I would just, I would use live video to kind of elaborate on the blogs that I had written and send people there. And then it evolved into So what happened here is that I was having an in-person workshop and I want to attract people to that workshop. And to do that, I wanted to give people a sense of what it's like to be in a room with me, how my teaching style is, that I actually know what I'm talking about. Because sometimes you go to a workshop and you kind of wonder. And just to get more buzz around this workshop. So I started going live, I think it was 4 to 6 weeks in advance of that, sharing content, and the whole video was just me sharing content for the week. So that went over really well, and I decided to continue doing it to amp that up and turn it into a live show that happened weekly. So it wasn't seamless, it wasn't easy. The first few videos are awful, I'm sure. If we wanted to go back and look at them, please don't. And yeah, so it wasn't just a jumping into it, it was an easing into it, and knowing that the payoff would be worth like how silly that I felt being live. Okay, and I'm taking one last question because we're already at like 60 minutes, which don't know how that happened. But the next question is quite simple. Well, it's not simple, but it is. Can you stream to Facebook and Instagram at the same time? The answer is no. That's why it's simple. The reason is more convoluted than that, but you can multi-stream to various platforms. So I could go live to Facebook and YouTube at the same time, and probably even Periscope. Like you can live stream to more than one place at once. So to answer that part of the question, yes, you can in theory do that, but you can't do it with Instagram. And this has to do with like their API and the fact that they don't want outside sources coming into Instagram. So for the same reasons that scheduling content on Instagram is a pain, and the same reason you can't do it on your desktop, and same reason you can't share links inside Instagram, they want everything to be contained inside of Instagram and they don't want it coming from other places. So no, you can't stream to Instagram at the same time as anything else. You also can't use software to stream to Instagram. Like you legit need to open up the app and do it every single time. That's the only way to do it with Instagram. So whenever I want to do Instagram live while I'm doing Facebook live, I turn it on my phone and then I put my phone right here. And then it really doesn't work out well because then I'm like staring here and staring there. And it just isn't seamless and it's not what I want it to be. So hopefully at some point, some kind of solution will come around for that. But at the moment, no, you can't stream to Facebook and Instagram at the same time, unfortunately. All right. So there we go. Hope that answered some burning questions you had all about live video. I'm hoping to do another segment of Q&A because that was only a handful of questions. I have a whole list of other questions that people have been asking me and messaging me, and I'm sure you who are watching have other questions as well. So this will happen again. All right, and don't forget that if you are wanting to create your very own live video show to share your content with your audience in an authentic and powerful way, the live video formula is starting on November 14th. So I'll put the link somewhere here below so you can go see all the details, but it's a virtual small group program and it takes place over 6 weeks. So it's once a week, a live training for 6 weeks, and I walk you through everything you need to know to create your very own live video show. All right, everyone, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you all again next week for another episode of the Art of Online Marketing live show.